Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sideline Sisters. I'm Mattea and we're here today with Andrea, who you might have seen on TikTok and Instagram.
So, Andrea, we were kind of curious about what is the behind the scenes work and prep you do for your videos and your posts on social platforms?
I'm going to be honest, most of the time there's not a lot of prep. Uh, I think that's why the page has grown like it has, just kind of the spontaneity and the authenticity. Like, I literally am just a mom in Iowa, pick up my phone if I see something that I want to talk about, find a graphic and green screen, and then just record a minute video. Sometimes it's 1.5, sometimes it's 2.5 minutes. I don't do any like long form content yet, although people keep telling me to get on YouTube, but that just seems kind of overwhelming. Um, so really it's kind of I do have like ideas of different stories, different things I want to post. But I truthfully don't have like a schedule, a calendar. It all is just kind of as it comes and as my life allows me to post.
That's awesome. I wish we could be like that. As you probably can see in our emails, like we work across time zones. So Maddie's from California, so
Okay.
she's all the way Pacific, and like I'm from like Northeast, so like I'm all the way like Eastern time. And our other two heads are also Eastern time, so it's always like a three against one. So we have to like make a calendar and make things work. But since it's just kind of you most of the time,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's nice that you could do that. I mean, obviously, in the perfect world, if we all end up at the same college or whatever in the future, like we could probably make that work too. But that's really cool though. That it's kind of like just you, but like in your space, you just kind of do your thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it's just flowed
Mhm.
throughout the course of all of this.
Yeah.
I do what I can and I don't try to do too much. I just kind of stay within my limitations. I mean, I have 3 kids, I have a husband, I have a full-time job. So when I can, I do it. Yesterday, I think I posted one video at 6 o'clock in the morning because I was up and then I just got busy. So it's like I don't put too much pressure on having to keep it schedules, keep it
Yeah.
time, come up with content. I have just a lot of like clips on my phone that if I have 10 minutes and I can edit them,
Yeah.
I'll put something up. But I try not to put too much pressure on it.
Yeah. I would say also, Maddie, if you want to jump into like we're kind of the same way too. Like we're
Yeah.
always all full-time students in school. So like yes, we have our specific post days, but we're only posting one, maybe two things
Yeah.
at a time per day. So
And there's 4 of you, you said?
Yeah.
yeah, there's four of us. So I'm Matea and then Maddie and then Sabrina and Camille.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, I was just sort of curious, how did this whole like social media platform develop and how did that like reflect where you've gotten today with it?
So being from Iowa,
Mhm.
everybody knows Caitlin Clark. Like
Yes.
I've known her since she was in high school. Like I followed her. I mean, I've always been into sports. I was a college softball player. I always wanted to be a basketball player. I played basketball. Our team was terrible, and I'm 4'11", so like that dream wasn't gonna come to fruition. But when I was in middle school, I wanted to be a sports broadcaster. But again, in small town Iowa, unless you just move away, there's not
Yeah.
a lot of opportunities for it, especially on a larger scale. Um, so just kind of watching and following women's sports my whole life and being an athlete, I've always loved it. And then when Angel Reese did this, and I just like picked up my phone and I was like, guys, it's okay. Like Caitlin Clark did it and it was fine. It has to be fine when Angel
Yeah.
does it. Like they are both adult women capable of talking their smack on the court, knowing full well that off the court, maybe they love each other, maybe they hate each other, but they're not like enemies. And
Yeah.
it's
They're
okay.
cordial. Yeah.
It's okay to like them both. And I think we have to, if we're gonna be fine with one of them doing it, we have to be fine with the other one. And then it just kind of sprung from there of this just like I'm not people accuse me of like playing the middle or not picking a side. I don't want to pick a side. I don't think we ever have to pick a side unless there's a clear right and wrong.
Mhm.
And most of it is not. So it just kind of spiraled from there. And then I did some videos about like Brittany Griner, and that kind of took off because I'm like, she's just misunderstood, and people that heard about the Russia thing didn't really understand the story.
Yeah.
And I had
Yeah.
read her book, and I'm like, so I just try to really come at it with like a piece of humanity and like, let's look at all sides of this
Yeah. Hmm.
and not just make things clickbait. I'm never just gonna post something with the hopes of getting likes and clicks. That's just not who I am. And I'm not gonna use, bad ideas or bad things to get more views.
Yeah.
There's
It's
enough
funny.
good things in the world. I want to talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. No, and it's funny you mentioned the whole like middle ground part because like at least when we were in Syracuse learning about like, the sports broadcasting life and like the career itself, like you're always told like you can't pick a team when you're reporting. Like unless you're reporting for that team, like
Right.
you can't pick a team when you're reporting. And so it's funny that you mentioned that because like that's also what we've heard like on like the professional and a classroom setting. So I just like wanted to note that because like that's like what we've learned. So I think that's cool that like people
Yeah.
are picking that up like you.
And when I started like making my own videos online, it was like I'm a fan. I like the Indiana Fever. I
Right.
also like other players. I also like other teams. And then as I've gotten into more of a professional, like realizing that players and teams and people in the industry see my videos, see my content now. And I started working with a media company, doing some stuff on the side, doing some social media for them. And it's like, okay, I can have my opinion and I can have my preferences, but like when I'm making videos, I try to focus on like analysis over opinion.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Um, so kind of on the topic of WNBA, because you've kind of talked a lot about that, and obviously I've seen your content, and it's a lot of like women's sports, but huge WNBA content. So I wanted to know what your thoughts are on some of the WNBA coaches parting with their teams, whether that be fired, a mutual agreement, whatever that was. And how about the coaches that are now being hired for these new roles? We saw the oh my God, what is it? University of South Florida coach for the Dallas Wings. They just hired the first Indian coach
Yes.
for the Seattle Storm. So I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah. So I think it's really hard, like when you look at it like really big picture,
Mhm.
because they're like, well, men are more qualified. And I'm like, okay, but why is that? Why are men put into positions where they can qualify to be qualified? Like, so if we really focus on putting more women in women's sports, women coaches, putting them in positions where they can qualify or
Mhm.
have the same resume or a similar resume to these men, long term, I think that's better. I'm not like a man hater by any means, but women in women's sports is great. And I don't want people to think that the NBA is the goal. Like the men's side isn't the goal for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So some of these women and some of these coaches that have come from the NBA and then are coming to the WNBA, like I know Becky Hammon obviously did it and she's been very successful at it. Learning a different system, but I want the standard to be the WNBA is the highest level of women's sports, women's basketball. We want that to be the goal for anyone that wants to coach and any woman that wants to coach especially. But I think it's hard because we're not allowing those women or giving them the same opportunities
To like
to
become
get into
qualified.
those positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and I think it was Alona Mar that said it like a man will be like, yeah, I played baseball in middle school. I'm totally qualified to coach high school baseball. And a woman would be like, well, I'm an Olympic rower, but I don't think I can coach recreational rowing for my 7-year-old. Like just that
Yeah.
mentality of women always, if a woman's applying for that job, I guarantee you she's overqualified because she's not going to apply for it if she doesn't think that
Correct.
it's just that mentality. And so I want there to be women aspiring and getting those opportunities to be at that level. And it's not that I think that like Jose Hernandez is going to be a bad coach,
No, not by any means,
he's coach,
but
but I know that if if the Seattle Storm hired Sonia Raman to be their coach, it's because not only was she the most qualified, but she was the most qualified by like leaps and bounds. If
yeah,
everyone else is here, she had to be up here
yeah.
to get that role. Like it. So I would like that standard to change just overall.
Yeah. I agree overall. Like, I mean, I'm taking like a feminism class right now in my school, and like we always talk about how like it doesn't matter how like overachieved the woman is, the man always gets the job. And I just think it's interesting to talk about because I obviously like I see it in like all these other media aspects, especially like, with the WNBA.
Yeah.
But like it's interesting to see that it's huge in like women's sports and these teams and stuff, but also like just across the nation, the world,
Oh,
like it's
all over.
all over the place. So
Yeah.
I think it's something that we need to dismantle, and I think we can dismantle it with women's sports. I think that that's the greatest way to like start it, and like
Yeah.
I think it just would make such a big impact on just everything. I mean, everyone watches women's sports, everyone's impacted by women's sports, so I feel like it's
Yeah.
just a great way
I
to like
agree.
yeah. So kind of on the same thought of coaching, what's your thoughts on Sandy the tempo? I was really excited when I saw it.
I
But
love it.
I think it'll just really, I personally think, I want to know about you, but I think it could positively impact their inaugural season. Kind of like how Natalie Nakase did with the Valkyries. I mean, they made the playoffs. I mean, that's something that you don't really hear from an inaugural team. So I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think the tempo kind of took a play out of the Golden State Valkyries playbook because some of these expansion teams in the past have been like, okay, we're going to expand and we're going to get, their sixth and seventh players. We're going to get a decent coach, but not great, and no expectations.
Right.
And then Natalie Nakaste was like, listen, I have been the assistant coach on a championship level team. I know what kind of team I want to build. And some of the picks, I remember like when they were doing the expansion draft, some of the picks were like, what? How, why? Who like what?
Yeah.
Then watching it come together has been
Yeah.
incredible. I
Yeah.
anticipate a similar like kind of reasoning this year. I think Sandy Brondello is one. She's obviously a championship caliber coach. She's a steal for any program to get. I'm still shocked that the New York Liberty let her go.
No, same. I like when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, like, what is happening? But I
They
mean,
must be like doing a complete overhaul because then Sonia Rahman, it was their assistant coach. So like,
yeah,
I'm like the
they're just
New
like
York
full
Liberty are doing
remodeling. Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get some really shocking moves from the tempo.
I
And I'm
think
so
so.
excited to see how that team gets built.
I'm really excited to see it. I think like I just remember watching like the Valkyries like expansion draft and I was like, okay, this is cool, but like I feel like this one's gonna be like top notch. I feel like it's gonna be
Yeah, I
really
agree. It's going to be, and I
awesome.
think we're going to get a couple of big names. I don't think we're going to get like, I think between trade, I don't think any of them, like, there's no way that the New York Liberty are going to let Sabrina go like in an expansion draft because you get nothing for her.
Right.
I could see a lot of them are free agents, so I could see some trades being made, and
Yes.
I think we'll get a couple of big names that are going to go to the tempo for sure.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. Um, I think Maddie has the next
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
How's your feeling? Like, how are you feeling about this unrivaled season and what players are you excited to see?
Oh, I'm so excited. So last year,
Did
last
you
year
go
was
to
the
Unrivaled last year?
yeah.
Sorry,
So
I watched your videos and I'm like,
okay,
I'm
no, no,
pretty
no,
sure
it's
you went
great.
to
No,
Unrivaled
this is
last year.
this is what I mean when like everything that has happened like with this just kind of happens accidentally. We just kind of like
Yeah.
stumbled into it. So literally like we took a family vacation to Florida. My kids
Mhm.
have always just wanted to like they wanted to snorkel and they wanted to like so it happened to be our spring break. So we fly down, we fly into um Tampa. We have so this is random how it works. Our retired pediatrician was my husband and my both pediatrician, and he started this practice. And he was now my kid's pediatrician. He retired to Naples. So we're like, great. We go see him for like 2 days, stay in Naples. And I was like, guys, let's drive to Miami. Unrivaled is there. We were going to do a couple things in Miami. So we go to the semifinals. I happened to get tickets online. I had a friend that could get us like 2 tickets. So we bought 3 tickets. So we were kind of divided. The tickets that my friend got me were courtside. And when they mean courtside, we were literally behind the bench. Like, so like when they leave, I have like the funniest photos of I don't even remember who the second it was Ryan Howard. Their tunnel. So I'm like looking behind me, and Ryan Howard is like 1 foot behind me, just like peeking through because their game hadn't even started yet. They were watching the first semifinal
Oh
game.
my God.
I'm like my daughter and I are sitting behind the bench. The whole thing is so crazy. And I was like, this is fantastic. I go the next night because someone like Aaliyah Boston commented on the video because I'd made just like a recap. She's like, you got to go tonight. I'm like, honey, we have to figure it out. And my kids were like, great. This is just like a spontaneity
A
spring break.
great spring break trip for sure.
We end up at the semifinals and the finals of Unrivaled. I somehow again acquire 2 tickets, courtside again. These courtside tickets were at the scorer's table. I'm like sitting there watching Enrique and watching Teresa Weatherspoon like coach the vinyl because Enrique was hurt.
Right.
At halftime, my daughter goes and gets some French fries. Teresa Weatherspoon comes out and she's like, are you going to share those fries? And I'm like, why am I in this position? How did I get here?
That's so cool
How did
though.
I get here?
Oh my God.
So yeah, it was amazing. The best experience. My kids had a blast. And then we're like, okay, let's just go like finish our spring break trip. Drove down to the Florida, rented a van, drove to the Florida Keys for 2 days and then flew home.
Oh
But
my God.
it's random.
That's a
That's
great
so
story.
funny.
It's standing better this year is what I'm saying.
That's just so cool though. Like imagine I can't even imagine what your kids would probably say now. It's like, oh my God, I got to see like Unrivaled, like just
No,
super so
they're like,
casual this spring
this is
break.
insane. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's the way that things just fall in. So, anyways, I actually am planning a little bit this season. I'm gonna fly to Philly for their Philly game because I just think it's so cool.
Oh, right, yeah, because they're doing like a whole like kind of like an expansion. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes.
So cool to
I've heard rumors. I can't, nothing has been confirmed, but I've heard rumors that they might try to add like another one or two like tour cities.
yeah. I've seen stuff about it too. Like they want to
Yes.
like
Yes.
not so much like a hub, but like a tour city. Yeah.
Yeah, like just go there for a day, go there for a night,
Yeah.
which is what they're doing in Philly. And
Hmm.
then we'll go, I'll fly down to Miami. I kind of want to go the very first weekend because I just want to see like, well, we'll be able to know the teams by then, but I just
Yeah.
want to see how these teams work because everybody thought last year, like, the teams are so unfair. Like, everyone thought the Mist was going to be incredible and the Phantom was going to be incredible. And then
And they didn't even make the
they
playoffs.
were not. And I'm like, how? It's just so funny because 3-on-3 is such a different league
Yeah.
that I love watching how players playing 5-on-5 are so different playing three on
Correct.
three. But I have kind of tracked their development, and the 3-on-3 league is so good for their player development.
Hmm.
It's just, I don't see why you wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I
Um,
mean, I can't wait to see Paige,
yeah, I was
obviously.
gonna ask you what players do you
I
expect
can't
to
wait to see
see
Paige,
though?
obviously.
Yeah.
I have heard like some rumors about a couple more they're still trying to get. I'm still hoping they re-sign Angel. That's like on my wish list. Them signing Lee Yuru. If you don't follow Lee Yuru on TikTok, she is so sweet. She's so
He's
funny.
so like adorable.
She's adorable. And she like I think this is going to be really good for her development.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, one of my friends that does photography for the W and also she's done some events for Unrivaled. I think she's going to actually photograph for Unrivaled this season. Um, she is, she's Asian American, but she grew up learning Mandarin, but I don't think she's like kept up with it. So she's like, oh my gosh, like I want to brush up on it in the next couple of months so that I can talk to her. Because I think that's like the one thing is like some of the language barrier,
Yeah.
but she's so sweet. And I think she gets along so well with everybody. And I love that she's getting the opportunity to stay here and develop because she
Showcase
has
like
so
her
much
talent.
potential and
I
she's so fun to watch. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
And then
great.
I'm really excited to see how they mix up the teams because I know that some teams get to stay, some teams will add, and then this developmental pool is going to be super fun. Like watching some of these rookies come out of that pool and just grow.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the team. That's my favorite part. I love when they like oh I guess this part already passed. I love when there's like Easter eggs about what
Oh
players are
my
gonna be
gosh,
signed. That's the funniest
their
part.
marketing is brilliant. I'm
So
like,
good.
whoever's
So
doing
good.
this,
They're
like
really good
someone
with
I
it.
know does the filming of those and like, but then and edit it.
Yeah.
Uh, but then I'm like, I still don't know. I'm like, some of them are so easy and some of them are so hard.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant though. It like keeps us engaged.
It
Gives
does.
us
It really
just
does.
gives us stuff to
Yeah.
look forward to until January.
Um, and then kind of adding to that, so we know their famous slogan is like, "What's the future of Unrivaled?" So I want to ask you, what do you think the future of Unrivaled is?
I think the way that they're growing the program is genius, first of all.
Yes.
They did it in a way that they knew they could control it. They knew they had people buying in. They get ownership in the league. These players
Mhm.
do. So it's a good value for them. They're getting paid well, and they're also getting, building on that.
Yeah.
Um, I would love to see it, and think I think that vision has been like discussed. I would love to see it expand not only to other cities, but let's like, what about a college unrivaled? Like, why can't you do a summer three on
God,
three?
yeah.
Wait, I
I
like
didn't think
that.
about this. Wait, I like this.
No,
Yeah.
Mhm.
because
Go for it.
like again, like that development of playing 3-on-3, having to play both sides of the ball so quickly, that skill set translates to 5-on-5 pretty well,
Yeah.
especially when you're playing at that level. So I would love to see like some of these future as unrivaled players like Audie Crooks, Madison Booker, like give me Kiki, give me Hannah Hidalgo playing in a 3-on-3 league in the summer, even if it's a month long, even if it's
Yeah.
3 weeks long.
Mhm.
Get that development and get that growth. Like when they went down to Miami and they did that whole photo shoot, but they also did like player
Yeah.
working sessions. They learned, they actually practiced. They did workouts. Um, that would be the first like big, I think, expansion, if you will, for Unrivaled that I would like to see. I think it would be great to do even down to the high school level. Like we see these these Nike events, we see these very elite high school players. Like we have a local one that's I think she's what, top 10 in the country right now and still is uncommitted. And she's been invited to all of these different camps, these events, these things. And I'm like, do that at 3-on-3 a little bit too. Let them
Like
get that stuff.
unrivaled camp, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think that
cool.
would be super cool at a high school and collegiate level.
Yeah, I
Like
totally,
they don't want to replace the W. I don't like that people
yeah,
think that.
yeah.
Uh, it
Because the
just
W is something totally separate. Like that's 5-on-5. So like it would be
right,
nice to kind of have we already have this kind of like separate league, if you will, but to maybe expand it to like the broader community. Like
right.
you said, like I think that'd just be such an interesting and like just such a cool concept that I guess I've never ever thought about, but I think now that you say it, like that's cool. Like I like that idea, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it would be great. I
I think
think,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Sabrina's here, so I guess I'll
Oh,
add her
hi,
in.
Sabrina.
She should be coming.
I see your face yet, but oh,
She's
look at her school picture.
Oh my God.
Uh,
I wanted to make sure I stopped by and said hello.
Oh,
Little incident happened, but I'm okay, and that's all that matters. So,
oh goodness.
yeah.
yeah.
Fine.
Life
Yeah.
of a new driver, I swear.
Oh, it happens. I
Yeah.
have a I
It's
have a
just the
15-year-old
mirror.
in this.
Luckily, it's just the mirror. So,
I'm glad
and
you're okay.
my dad says the easy fix, so
Okay, good.
I'm happy, and that's all that matters.
Yes.
Ah,
Very
Well,
happy you're okay.
Sabrina, since you're logged on, do you want to ask the last question?
Yeah, I'll ask the last question. Why not? Okay. Um,
It's all it's about.
is
It says,
it is it
it says Camille and Maddie, but you could
okay? All right. This is actually, I really want to ask this one anyways, but what were your thoughts on seeing Angel Reese on the Victoria's Secret show?
oh my gosh. First of all, there are not very many people that could do that in the world, let alone as a professional athlete.
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
First of all, the perfect person to do it. Couldn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
found anyone different that would be the perfect person to do it. Looked stunning. I mean, she
Mhm.
looked like she's been a model her whole life.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Absolutely
She looks
amazing.
so good.
Dominant.
Just
Looked
like,
so good.
of his
So
gown.
powerful, so strong. And I love that like she is able, like everybody has their other stuff. Like whether you're doing the Unrivaled League or not, everybody in the W has their own other things going on.
Yeah.
She's literally in a movie. She's a Victoria's Secret angel.
Yeah.
She has these incredible brand deals and partnerships that just other people aren't pulling. And
Hmm.
I love that she is not afraid to step out of her WNBA bubble and explore other things because all of these women obviously are more than just basketball. And I love that we get to see that. Some of them show us more than others. Like obviously Angel is more active on social media than other people. But I love that she's not afraid to be like, I can do this and this and this and this and this and this. And building for her future at 23, like the fact that she's already been able to retire her mom and pay off her mom's mortgage, like it's amazing to see her just not be afraid of, I don't even want to say the hustle, but just not be afraid to like work hard at so many things that she's interested in. Like because I feel like I see myself in that a little bit, obviously not to that level, but like I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a full-time nurse, but I also like have this whole other thing that I love to do. And if I'm making money doing it, like that's a bonus. I would do it for free, but it helps that it pays me, you know.
Yeah. Get
So
a
I
little
love that she is not afraid to explore multiple sides of her interests and multiple sides of her personality and find like all of these things that she loves and is good at.
yeah.
And
Oh, sorry.
no, you're good.
Oh.
No, I was just gonna say,
Oh,
I feel like a lot in like women's sports and like maybe also like other like men's sports, but I'm not on like that side too much. But like we see a lot of their personality through a lot of different things. Like they're not just their athlete, but they're like Angel Reese, they're doing the Victoria's Secret show, they're doing these brand deals, they're doing like just their everyday lifestyle. And I feel like that's something that I don't see too much on the men's side. And I again I could be wrong, but like I think it's cool to see it on the women's side, and I think it's cool to see it across all sports. Like I feel like I see it in like the soccer players or like I mean, like Alona Mar doing Dancing with the Stars last year. Like, like
Yes.
so many different facets of it. So I think that's a really cool concept. And that's what I want to add just on top of like
Yeah.
the whole
It
Angel Reese
helps us like
show.
connect and stay engaged and like learn
Yes,
more
yes,
about
definitely.
them. And yeah, I mean, I want to root for them harder, like when I know more about them.
Yeah.
But that's
Exactly.
why, like, that's kind of why I started this whole journey was I'm like, there's so many incredible people and athletes in the world. Like, I want to be able to highlight as many of them as I can. Like, I'll start covering NCAA here next week. And I'm already like, I have so many ideas because I'm like, they're just amazing. Like, they're just, it's so fun. And they all have amazing stories to tell.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Um, we don't have any more questions for you, but we were wondering if you had any more questions or any questions for us. We're down to 7 minutes, so if you have any, great. No pressure if you don't. It's all up to you.
Yeah, I just like, so you guys obviously started this kind of, let's just get it together and see how it goes. What is your vision for for your future, like as a brand?
I
Um,
feel like,
yeah,
oh,
you go. You
here,
go.
you go. Yeah.
You go. I don't have
Yeah.
any, so you go.
I feel like this is a discussion we've had frequently, but I hope for the best. I mean, obviously, the four of us are going to college, but we all have the same purpose to do the same things in college. Like, we all either want to do sideline reporting, or I know Maddie wants to do more production area, like social media. So I feel like either way, it's hopefully, like, fingers crossed, it will hopefully continue. And if not, whatever, that's life. Like people get busy, but also I feel like hopefully we'll be able to highlight our journey because obviously we knew what we were getting into while really like creating this and honestly like at least for right now we're creating such like an amazing brand for ourselves that it's like I hope that we can continue it for literally as long as we can because
Yeah,
I love highlighting women in sports. Like I love what we're doing and it's literally like
Yeah.
I love it. Like it makes me happy. So, I mean, for as long as we possibly can, I hope to keep it on for the future because it's just, I love what we do and I love working with them. So it's like, I hope we can continue it throughout college and our professional careers. Like, but honestly, if like it's in the way, it happens, whatever. Like I said again, that's life. But honestly, I just hope to see it really continue or even get hand off to another generation, anything like that.
Yeah.
Because
And I think
I love the account.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think like, oh, sorry, I'm sorry. I think like just kind of adding to that, like even if we don't continue or like as of right now, like if we're slow with our viewership or whatever that is, I think just the practice is just so like good for us. I think like the consistency of how we're posting and like how like we're trying to like build new content, trying to highlight kind of like you were saying, highlight different things that are going on. And I think even if it doesn't continue, like I don't think I'll ever regret the experience because I think it's just going to be so that much more impactful for like when we all get to like, our future jobs, if
Yeah.
that makes
Oh yeah.
yeah. And I would say, like, for me, I'm very much like more of a behind the scenes type of person.
yeah,
And I've never really gone the experience to like try editing. And it was always something I never enjoyed doing until we started doing this. When actually started learning more of like, we learned a lot during our Syracuse program, but more about like, how do I clip this? How do I tell a story through this? And I've never really experienced that. So just having these practices and preparing me for the real world was really impactful.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
And I
been a
think
good
it's, yeah, it's like, even for me, I mean, I've done most of my stuff online, but this past season I've gone, like, I've had media credentials, so I've gone to, some of these games and I've interviewed players and coaches and again, like, I know that people see my stuff online now. Like, I have players that have DM'd me, like, and we've talked about stuff. But even like seeing them in real life, I'm like, you're just you're just a regular person. Like yeah, it's nerve-wracking for me, but I think if you just like meet them at like a person-to-person level and like just be authentic. I mean, I've never been one that's like trying to get the most clicks or the most likes. Like I don't want to post inflammatory things because that's not who I am as a person. And so I think if you just kind of lead with the authenticity no matter what, like and been accused of being too much in the middle or not picking a side and I'm like there's not a side to pick. I don't need to pick a side. It's okay to like again, the whole premise of my channel was like it's okay to like both.
yeah,
Like
and just
and
like be authentic, like you know what I mean, like
yes.
you talk about authenticity and like we also talked about kind of authenticity in our program too and like relating it to like our favorite sports broadcasters and stuff, so it's like it's part of the job like to be so like good in this position and stuff, like authenticity is so important. And I feel like that's something that's can't be stressed enough between across boards.
And people can tell. You can tell online. People can tell in the
Yeah.
media room.
Oh,
People
yeah.
can
Everyone,
tell on the
everyone knows.
sideline. Like they know if you're like authentic or not. Like
Yeah. Um, but yeah. Any other questions you have? Again, if not,
I
Yeah.
don't
don't.
think
No.
so. I'm just like I'm really excited for you guys. Like I think this is
Oh,
really cool
thank
and like
you.
I love that you're just
Thank
like
you.
I'm so glad this worked
really
out.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm glad. I'm really glad it worked out, even
Yeah.
though we had a few hiccups this morning. So
Yeah.
glad you're able to
Whatever.
be with
Everything
us.
happens. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything happens. We're just trying to go with the flow.
Just glad
Just
my kids are
yeah.
being quiet.
Yeah. Sabrina, you want to close us out?
Yeah.
Yeah, close it out. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Andrea for joining us today. And thank you. I'm sorry, I don't even know what to say.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. It was so
Yay.
nice to meet you girls.
It's
Thank
so
you
nice
so
to meet
much.
you.
You.
Big fan, big fan.
Yeah, you too. Wait, what
Thank
am I?
you.
How do my kids do it? They do like the
Oh,
teenagers do
don't
it
they
in a
like do
weird
like
way.
the finger hearts?
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm
Like,
doing that stuff. Yep, I'm just like one of these still.
I like this one the
Me
best.
Yeah,
too.
me
You.
too.
Anyways, thank you so much. We
Guys,
appreciate
nice to
it.
meet you.
Bye.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you.